a lot of like really, I spent a period of time like kind of like studying a lot of different religions, and you know I came to like my own, and like for me it is like um, it is the universe for me that is God. You know, whatever that is. You know, it's this thing that I can't even like you know put a name to, that all of these religions are trying to like box in or say that it is this.
So there's something you would believe is above the human race?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Above all races, above all things, you know, there's something that is there, and it is, but it is in us. I feel like, you know, and it is channeled through us at times, through everybody. But for me, it's just you know, the universe is my guide. That is my beacon, and you know, everything that I do is for the universe in a positive way, and you know, that's my religion, I guess. Yeah.
So do you view performing for Fort Wayne or Gary, Indiana a little bit more hometown? Do you enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? Or do you just prefer traveling for it?
So I don't know what I prefer at this point. I'm still very like early in it, to the point where I'm just like kind of just doing, I'm just playing where I want to play, or not where I want to play, but playing where I can play. But I'm also like seeking out places that cultivate like you know positive energy, forward thinking, um, communal, you know whatever it might be. And unfortunately, I don't find a lot of those things in Fort Wayne, Indiana, or in Gary, Indiana. A lot of those scenes and a lot of those people don't exist in those places, and that's okay. You know, sometimes you have to travel for that. Sometimes you have to find, you know, your tribe or whatever it is.
I remember a tweet that you had said. Can you kind of just say what that tweet was? It was
okay, about Fort Wayne. So I've had questions about like hey, when you're gonna perform in Fort Wayne, or you know why aren't you performing in Fort Wayne, you know, so on and so forth. So I just put out something to answer that, and you know in my eyes it's you know I'm not I'm too much of a nigga for the white people who run the city of Fort Wayne and the music scene and the art scene to have somebody like me be anywhere or any in any way a part of that. And I'm not nigga enough for the people in the hood or the culture scenes, the Juneteenth events or whatever it might be. I'm not nigga enough for that. I don't represent them enough to be there. And that's just what I feel. And that's even removing music, you know, prior to doing music, it's always been that way. With me specifically, and that's just what I feel. I'm not like mad about it. I'm not like jaded about it. At this point, I understand what it is. I understand that this is what it is here in the city of Fort Wayne, and that's Fort Wayne. If I go to Indianapolis, there's groups with people that look like me and you, dreadlocks, you know, black people playing guitars, playing drums, playing the bass guitar. There's places like that for me in Indianapolis, in Elkhart, in Chicago, in New York, but in Fort Wayne, it's not, and that's okay. And also for the white part of it, in Indianapolis, I'm more than welcome to play at Books and Brews with, you know, Joe, who's going to be playing country music tonight or whatever. It's welcome, you know, but not in Fort Wayne.
So what do you think is in Fort Wayne? Is it the culture? Let's say the culture. Is it the thinking politically? What is it that's maybe holding it back a little bit? Would you say?
So I think that what is holding it back is old white money. Essentially, old white people own and run the city in full. They literally own and run the city, and that's just what it is. They're creating their playfield, and I respect them for that. Okay, so this is a place. Fort Wayne is the lowest cost city to live. It is a resort type of city. It is a city that if you're 40 to dying, this is where you want to be, because there's nothing happening. It's chill. You got the riverfront. You got Clyde Theater, who's going to bring in, you know, every cover band from all the music that you like from the 70s, 80s. Like, man, this is home for conservative white people. I mean, that's just what it is. This is what they're creating, and that's, I respect them for that. You know, soon it's gonna pass though. Because we live here and we're creating things, and and it's coming to pass. It really is. So.
What do you see Fort Wayne within the next 5 years and music scene wise?
In the next 5 years, I honestly probably see it in the same place. I don't think anything will really like change in that sense. I think it would be like 20, 30 years before anything actually really changes in like the feeling, the overall like mindset, the culture. Because at that point, the children, the kids who we see it right now. Everything is happening. Myself, there's people who are just like me doing things just like me in Fort Wayne. A lot of great bands, a lot of great artists that are just starting, and I think we all see it, but we're not there yet. Once we get to these places and then are able to influence like the younger generation that is coming behind us, that's when it's just gradual, and we have to be the example though. We have to bring these things here. We have to, I have to be the one to bring a communal show here that is gonna have every type of face, from Asian, Black, African, whatever. I have to be the one to do that because nobody else is gonna do it. And I'm planning to do that, but I'm just not at that point right now.
Definitely, man. Well, thank you, man, for coming in. But I got one last question I wanted to say.
Yeah.
How did the pandemic affect you, musically and in regular life?
How did the pandemic affect me? I'm honestly gonna say I was unaffected by the pandemic. I don't believe in it. I think it is a shroud. I think that it is a game. I think that it was population control. I think that it is a lot of things that are not good, and I think a lot of people understand that. I think a lot of people know that on every level of consciousness, like from the layman who goes to work 9 to 5 and comes home and does nothing else, to the people who are actually thinking about these things. Everybody knows that something with this is fucked up. It wasn't right. And I say that I'm unaffected by it because nobody around me I saw that was really affected. Nobody around me, passed, and I appreciate that. Nobody around me was like, I didn't see anything happening except that we were locked away. That they took away our freedom to move. They took away our freedom to live. They took away our want to create. They took away our spaces. They took away all of these things, and masked it as whatever this was. And we all don't understand it right now. I mean, it might be a lot of time needs to surpass for us to be able to understand it and to understand the effects of what happened. But I also think that it was an integral time, and it allowed people to think and create their own mindset and almost detach from the state and government and realize, like, okay, I have time to do what I want. I have time to breathe. I'm not like, and this is how it should be, This is really how it should be. We shouldn't be working every day. We literally should not be working every day.